Happy Saturday, everybody. I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend. I wanted to continue our conversations about supporting different body systems using essential oils and essential oil infused products. So, last week, we talked about how to support your cardiovascular system or your circulatory system using essential oils and essential oil infused products. This week, we're going to talk about how to support your nervous system with essential oils and essential oil infused products. But before we get started, I wanted to show off my diffuser. Isn't that just so pretty? So that's the new lantern diffuser, and I have it on this setting where it rotates all the different colors. Anyway, so if you're thinking about getting another diffuser, definitely one you should consider. It's a little bit of a higher price point than the other diffusers, but in my opinion, it's been worth it. The frame is metal, so it feels very durable. It has beautiful settings, colors, and it lasts all night if you have it on the intermittent setting. So just something to think about. So let's get started talking about how you can support your nervous system using essential oils and essential oil infused products. So some of the things that you can look for in your own body if you're trying to think about what body systems need support. When it comes to the nervous system, some of the things that you might be noticing are some numbness maybe in your extremities. If you smoke, drink alcohol, or consume caffeine, your system might need some support. If you have any tremors, muscle cramps, or if you're going through a lot of stress. So any of those lifestyle factors or symptoms, as it were, maybe indicators rather that your nervous system needs some support. So we're going to talk about how you can support your nervous system and get things working at an optimal level using natural and healthy ingredients. So 3 of the supplements are actually the same supplements that would support your cardiovascular system or your circulatory system. So those 3 supplements are your Omega-Gize or your MindWise. Again, those are your omega-3 fatty acids, which are great for brain, heart health, overall body system support. The MindWise is the vegetarian version. So the fatty acids aren't taken from the fish as they are in the Omega-Gize. So that's the primary difference. Both of those supplements have CoQ10 and vitamin D3 as well. Okay, so both of those supplements are going to support your body in all those different ways. They support your gut, eyes, brain, heart, joints, immune system, etc. Another supplement that's going to be very beneficial for you is Master Formula. Again, Master Formula is a packet of supplements, vitamins, minerals, that's basically like your multivitamin. And instead of that being packaged all in one capsule, it's actually divided out into different capsules. We use that analogy where sometimes we want to throw everything into the pot, but then things may not work the best that they can. Sometimes it's better to keep them separated so they can be absorbed differently, and so that those vitamins and minerals and nutrients will do their job the best. So in your Master Formula, it's a multi-nutrient complex. It has prebiotics, antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals. And so the prebiotics are great. Think of them as fuel or food for your probiotics that you take. So you need the probiotics to help balance out your system and the good and the bad bacteria. And so the prebiotics are like food so that the probiotics can grow and bring everything into a better balance and make sure that everything is in a good state of homeostasis. So that is a great supplement that you should be taking. Most people take some type of multivitamin, So if you're taking one now, consider switching over to the master formula because it's going to give you all those other benefits. And remember, when you're using essential oil infused supplements, your availability of those nutrients is going to be higher. The absorption rate of those vitamins, the minerals, whatever it is that you're taking, whatever supplement, you're going to be able to absorb that into your system better when the essential oils are added. So keep that in mind. And then the final supplement that's recommended when supporting your nervous system is your Ningxia Red, which is our superfood antioxidant drink. And you got 2 samples of that in your starter kit. And I know many people kind of gasp at the price of Ningxia. And it is an investment. I mean, I'll be honest, it's something it's hard to kind of justify at first. But when you think about how Ningxia supports every single system in your body, right? Every time we talk about supporting a system in your body, Ningxia Red is going to be recommended. What I love about it is it helps my mood tremendously. It has those antioxidants. I feel like I have more energy. And I definitely notice a difference when I don't take my Ningxia Red first thing in the morning. And I think I mentioned before, my favorite way to take it right now that I've been doing is an ounce or 2 in my kombucha with some of the dried organic wolfberries. If you let them sit in there, they kind of plump up and soften again. Oh, it's just so good. And the dried wolfberries are high in fiber and protein, right? So it gives you a fuller feeling when I start my day out that way. I really, really like it. So there are different ways that you can buy Ningxia. You can buy it in the beautiful glass bottles that kind of look like a wine bottle, or you can buy it in the sachets. Now the sachets are 2 ounces each. When you buy the glass bottle, you can portion off just an ounce if that's how you want to get started. And there are about 20 ounces in one of the glass containers. So if you're just doing 1 ounce a day, that'll last you for 20 days. Where if you buy a 30 pack of the 2 ounce each, that's 60 ounces, but you're going to go through that in 30 days because you can't really portion out just half of a sachet. You're going to drink the whole thing, right? Because it's so good and it's good for you. So I would really encourage you to think about it. And I know we talk about antioxidants all the time, and I'm not sure that everybody understands what that is. So I wanted to touch on that real quick. I don't know why I'm getting into Ningxia. I think it's because I've realized how much I need it and how much I love it. So we just fit it into our budget and make it a priority because everybody wants a happy mom, right? Anyway, so the reason we need antioxidants, and I know that I have, people in the medical profession that are on this feed, so this is a simplified social worker definition of antioxidants, okay? So we have free radicals, right? Free radicals are basically atoms or molecules or ions that have an unpaired electron. Okay, and so electrons want to be paired. So what they're going to do is they're going to try to steal electrons from other cells, so other molecules, DNA, all that kind of thing. So these free radicals, right, these unpaired electrons are going to try to steal and find a pair wherever they can, right? And that can cause oxidative stress in your body. It can corrupt the molecules that they're stealing from. It can cause aging. It can cause disease. And it just causes like a bunch of problems, right? So when you take an antioxidant, you can help to reduce that damage because what's going to happen is they give those free radicals something to bond to. So those antioxidants are going to donate an electron to those stealing, conniving free radicals so that they're not stealing from something else. Does that make sense? So it makes those free radicals more stable. Now, free radicals, it's a normal process of cellular metabolism, but it can also come from stress inflammation, illness, aging, pollution, heavy metals, right? Smoke, radiation, chemicals, right? And even medications. So there's a normal process for these free radicals, but we make that so much worse based on the environment that we live in and the lifestyles that we have, which is why it's so important that you have those antioxidants to create a more stable environment in your body. Okay, if that makes sense. So that's what Ningxia can do for you. It's a superfood antioxidant drink. It has more nutrients than any other superfood in terms of the ORAC scale. And so you can do some research on that and look into Ningxia, but we're going to talk about it every time we talk about a body system. We're going to talk about needing to drink Ningxia Red. And this is not the same goji juice that you can get at the farmer's market or that you can get at a health food store. It's taken from the Ningxia province in China because that's where they have the highest antioxidant levels. Okay, they taste the best. And then we don't just have the goji berry or the wolfberry juice in there. There's plum, aronia, cherry, blueberry, pomegranate, lemon, vanilla, orange, yuzu, and tangerine. There are 18 amino acids in it, 21 trace minerals, 6 fatty acids, vitamins B1, B2, B6, and vitamin E. Okay? Huge, huge support for your body. So that's why Ningxia is so important. And if there's a way you can fit it into your budget, I would definitely encourage you to do that because it's huge. It's so good for you. And it helps your nervous system. So if that's one of your systems that's needing support, you definitely want to be drinking your Ningxia. Okay, now we're going to get over into the other essential oils that you can take orally. So we're talking about the Vitality line only that can help to support your nervous system as well. So the first one is frankincense Vitality. Now, you got a sample of frankincense in your starter kit, a 5 ml, not a sample, a 5 ml bottle of frankincense in your starter kit. And a lot of times when we talk about frankincense, when we're talking about that topical and the aromatic frankincense, we talk about using it for your skin. We talk about using it to minimize stress, for concentration, for focus. But frankincense can also be taken internally, the frankincense Vitality. And it is a cleansing, protecting, and a calming, emotional supporting oil. And so it can also support your nervous system. I actually saw not a recipe, but someone this week was posting on their page that they had coffee that they were drinking and they put frankincense in their coffee, frankincense Vitality. So that's something that you can think about adding it to a coffee. I have not taken frankincense internally myself as of yet, but I've been hearing about all the amazing beneficial and beneficial properties. I love you too, son. When taken frankincense internally. So you might want to think about it and check that out as an option for you. So the frankincense Vitality. Peppermint Vitality. As we know, that's great for your digestive support. It's great for, sorry, my phone is giving me alerts. But it also helps to kind of awaken your system and flush things out. So when you take Peppermint Vitality, you can add it to your water. It's quite strong when you start out at first, so you might want to start with just 1 drop in a large bottle of water just to see what you think, or mixing it with some lemon to tone it down a little bit. What I like to do is like 2 drops of lemon to 1 drop of peppermint and make a synergy of that, and just fill like an empty container with some lemon and a little bit of peppermint Vitality, lemon Vitality, peppermint Vitality, and then you can put that concoction in your water. It's a little bit easier to take. So try that out. And then the couple that we're going to talk about, we have lemongrass Vitality. Lemongrass Vitality has so many beneficial properties. You'll want to dilute it in a capsule because it's not my favorite flavor, but you can put it in your water. I've done it. I just don't really appreciate the taste. But in a capsule, you'll do 1 drop of lemongrass to 1 drop of carrier oil. But it has a lot of regenerative, protective, and purifying properties, as well as cleansing and calming. As a side note, this is also great as a pre-workout. So just putting that out there. There are a couple oils that you'll want to take topically or aromatically. So the first one is vetiver. Vetiver is a really great calming essential oil. So people tend to use that in their calming blends, maybe at bedtime, and it helps to stabilize and ground you. Another one is cedarwood. Similarly, it helps, it's generally regarded as safe, which means that the FDA has looked at this essential oil to say, yeah, you should be able to take it internally if it's a high quality. So when it's taken that way, it can support a variety of systems in your body, including the nervous system. But it's also great for your tissue, for sleep, for hair, and as limbic support. And then the final one is brain power. So when you're thinking about your nervous system and you want everything to operate optimally, that sounds kind of funny, but anyway, the great way to use brain power, and it does exactly what you think it's going to do, is rub it in a clockwise motion, right? When you put a drop in your hand. And that's the best thing to do with any essential oil that you're putting in your hand. You want to rotate it in a clockwise motion because that's the way that your DNA, like it matches that DNA structure. And then to hold it over the back of the neck for 30 seconds. So just like that. And then rub it on your wrists, what's left over, and then on your big toes. Okay, so that's the best way to use brain power essential oil. And one of the things that you can do too is, if you really want to support your nervous system, is to do a detox, okay? And you're going to apply essential oils along the back of your spine, so you may need to get a partner for this.